going to have a look at how to link two sentences together now to make a complex sentence. And the two sentences are going to have a relationship which is either a time relationship, in other words, the first sentence happened first and then the second sentence followed, or it could be a causal relationship. The first sentence happened and the second sentence was a result of the first sentence. So it's used in both ways. Let's have a look how you actually make it. First of all, step one, you write the sentence with the first action. So the first thing, you've got to make up that and get it straight in your mind. So I go to Japan is the example. Nihon ni ikimasu. Now, to actually connect that on to the next part of the sentence, that's step two. You've got to change the verb at the end of the sentence into the te form, and then you add a Japanese comma. Now, you may recall the te form, and let's just remind ourselves how we make it. The first thing we do with our verb to make it into the te form is work out whether it's a group 2 or group 1. Now, if it's a group 2 verb, it's very easy. You're just going to remove the mas and add a te. But if it's a group 2 verb, then when you remove the mas like that, either you're going to have an e hiragana here, or you're going to have a single hiragana, not two sounds. So this is not a group 2 verb, it's a group 1 verb. And actually this one happens to be a slightly irregular one. If you sing your little song, it comes up at the end. So let's just make sure we remember that song. To make the song effective, you've got to remove the mas, have a look at the verb stem remaining, and focus on that remaining hiragana. That's the one we're thinking about, okay? So the song goes, ichi ri becomes tsu de, ni bi mi becomes nte, ki becomes ite. Now that's actually a ki, so it should by rights become ite, but the song goes on. Shi becomes shite, kite mite ite, te te te. Now ite is actually an exception to the rule, and that's why it's at the end of the song, and that in fact is the te form of ikimasu. It's ite. So we're going to change the verb at the end of the sentence into the te form, and then add a Japanese comma. In the case of ikimasu, we've just figured out it goes to ite. So we've got Nihon ni ite 10, or comma. So I go to Japan. And once you've got the te form, then you can link something onto it. Let's have a look how we're going to do that. And that's our step 3. So we're going to write the sentence with a second action. And after I go to Japan, I'm going to be eating sushi. So I eat sushi. Sushi o tabemasu. Finally, we've got step 4. And step 4 simply requires us to add the second sentence to the first. So we've got Nihon ni itte sushi o tabemasu. I go to Japan and eat sushi. Now this next bit here is absolutely vital. The tense of your complex sentence, that's the whole sentence, is determined by the final verb. Once you put a verb into the te form, it loses any tense. So your tense is going to be indicated by the final verb at the end. Now in this case, tabemasu means I eat or I will eat, so the whole sentence becomes either I go to Japan and eat sushi, or I will go to Japan and eat sushi. Let's have a look what happens when you've got a past tense verb at the end. Here's the sentence we've just had. Nihon ni itte sushi o tabemasu. I go or I will go to Japan and eat sushi. But if we make this past tense at the end, then we get Nihon ni itte sushi o tabemashita. And the whole thing now becomes past tense. I went to Japan and ate sushi. And it's as simple as that. Okay, here's the sentence we've just had.